Verse 23, Ulladhu Naarpadhu, 40 verses on reality by Sri Ramana Maharshi. நான் என்று இத்தேகம் நவிலாது உறக்கத்தும் நான் இன்று என்று ஆறும் நவில்வதில்லை நான் ஒன்று எழுந்த பின் எல்லாம் எழும் இந்த நான் எங்கு எழும் என்று நுண்மதியால் என். Here I think the Vicharam chapter begins. Sri Bhagavan is talking about how a man, after waking up from deep sleep, if you ask him, hey, were you there in your deep sleep? What will he say? He'll say, yes, I was there. Bhagavan is talking about that. I went to bed, I woke up. Right. 8 hours went by. Were you there in deep sleep? If I ask you, you say, I slept very well, like a log, sound sleep I had. After waking up, if I ask you, were you there in your deep sleep? Will you say, I do not know? Or, how are you saying that I slept well? So, some memory is registered of the deep sleep, right? Somebody was still there in deep sleep. The mind went to sleep, but you were there. That is Atma. So he says, Nan endru iddegam naviladu. This body does not say I. Of course, through speech, through mind, we say I. But in deep sleep, were you saying I? No. Right? So it is a culprit. The culprit is the mind. In deep sleep, he was switched off. The mind was switched off. So, நானென்று இத்தேகம் நவிலாது. The body does not say I. உறக்கத்தும் நான் இன்று என்று ஆறும் நவில்வதில்லை. Nobody says that I was absent in my deep sleep. You say I slept. I was there. But I was not aware of the world or the body. Because the inner instrument called the mind slept off. But you were still there. நானென்று இத்தேகம் நவிலாது உறக்கத்தும் நான் இன்று என்று ஆறும் நவில்வதில்லை நான் ஒன்று எழுந்த பின் எல்லாம் எழும் இந்த நான் எங்கு எழும் என்று நுண்மதியால் என். He says, so in deep sleep that mind was not there. The moment you wake up, he pops up. And then he says, Bhagavan says, find out where the I, ego is born. Which is the sthanam, place where this I is born. So, once I is born, everything is born. Your experience of your body, your experience of your mind, your experience of your world, universe, everything is born only after the birth of the I thought. நான் என்று இத்தேகம் நவிலாது உறக்கத்தும் நான் இன்று என்று ஆறும் நவில்வதில்லை. This body does not say I. Even in deep sleep, nobody says after waking up that he was absent or he was not there. He says, I was there, I slept well. That's what everybody says. Right? நான் ஒன்று எழுந்த பின் எல்லாம் எழும். Everything comes to your experience only after the rise of that ego. So, Bhagavan says, find out the place in which he is born. So, which means tracing the source of the I. If we trace the source of the I will go and merge in its source. This is something, the only lesson, the only method that Sri Bhagavan taught. Even the long-standing devotees of Sri Bhagavan requested with Bhagavan, why don't you accept that this independent, the world, the physical world or the universe exists independently of the ego? Bhagavan said no. Only if ego is there, you experience your body, your world and universe. If that is not there, nothing is there. That is why Sri Bhagavan says, Prabhanjam illon nan pin. I am one who does not have the universe at all. Very shocking sometimes, okay, very difficult to assimilate. But that is the truth. For a jnani, only Brahman exists. Only Atma exists. And that is he. And that is you are. And that is what I am. Nobody is spared. our inner nature, everybody's inner nature is Atma or Brahman. So long as we do not trace this I thought, see, all of us on earth live this life with this assumption, ultimate assumption that I am the body. Who says that? That I thought. From that limitless, vast, infinite existence, consciousness, bliss, Atma, Brahman, there arises one ego, right? It just pops up. The moment ego pops up, body is there, world is there, universe is there. If you do vicharam and if it goes back to its source, only Atma is there. That's all. This is what is happening. There are several methods. There is the karma yoga, there is this bhakti yoga, there is this Raja yoga, right? The method taught by Patanjali. All these methods are there. The fourth path, which is the most direct, which does not have intermediate steps, is this path of inquiry, self-inquiry taught by Sri Bhagavan. In fact, the study of Upanishads and other scriptural literature, if you study, you will not get to find Sri Bhagavan's method so directly. Bhagavan speaks like an engineer, like a computer engineer. To give you an analogy, you are the laptop, you have the hard disk, memory bank, and the mind is the cursor. Whatever file the cursor touches, it brings it to your RAM, your temporary memory, right? And then if you switch the file through the cursor, again you experience some other content. The same way our brain or our mind has got the content of all the hard disk, which has got lifetimes of memory stored inside. So the cursor keeps, randomly touching different files, and various thoughts keep coming to our mind morning till evening till we go to bed. Night, the cursor goes off to sleep automatically. Right. You are the laptop. Even in the absence of the cursor, you are there. So, even in the absence of ego or I thought or ahankaram, this bodily sense of I, we are there. But only when the cursor arises, only when the thought arises, I thought arises, do we experience the body first of all. In deep sleep, did you experience your body? An ant might have crawled on your hand. If it is very subtle, the experience is very subtle, you would not even notice. Somebody touches you, you may not know. Somebody shouts, you may not know. Unless the volume is too loud, you will not know. So the mind goes to sleep. Very simple. What is it that Bhagavan is saying? Mind does everything. Mind is the culprit. From Atma, limitless Atma, this I thought arises and gives this bodily sense of I. Sri Bhagavan says the body does not exist at all. He says the thought, it is the thought which creates the body, he says. It is the thought, I thought, which creates this world and universe. Many people argued, how come Bhagavan, all of us experience the same public world, all of us live in the same world, all of us sleep in the same world and wake up to see the same public reality. So they argued that the world must always exist independent of our experience. Bhagavan says no. We cannot argue with Bhagavan. Bhagavan is a realized being, Jivan Mukta. So, Jnanam is being without thought, being in stillness. When the mind goes and merges in its source, that is called realization and Jnanam. It takes some time, yes. Why are people struggling? For decades, people are studying Upanishad, they are practicing yoga, they are practicing inquiry. It takes some time. So, patience is a must. As I said, Sri Bhagavan says, progress will be slow. So, Nanendri Iddeham Naviladu. The body does not say I. உறக்கத்தும் நான் இன்று என்று ஆரும் நவில்வதில்லை. Nobody says that in deep sleep state he was not there. Maybe he'll say, my mind was not there. It was not working. It was shut down. நானொன்று எழுந்த பின் எல்லாம் எழும். The moment I thought arises, all your experiences are born. நானொன்று எழுந்த பின் எல்லாம் எழும். இந்த நான் எங்கு எழும் என்று நுண்மதியால் என். With your keen buddhi, intellect, just go inside, travel inside and find out the place in which this I thought is born. Which is it that is giving birth to this I thought? Something else gives birth to this I thought, right? That is Atma. That is what Shastra says. Brahman should have kept quiet. It does not keep quiet. It plays the game. It converts itself into billions and billions of entities and billions of sentient beings, and it reduces its own capability to the size and capability of the body and remains identified. Then through its own buddhi, it studies the scripture and then puts the reverse gear in the car, goes back to the original source. That's all. This is the game. In the next few verses also, Sri Bhagavan is going to talk about the same subject of tracing the I thought, tracing the source of our ego. That's all. This is what Sri Bhagavan taught. You have a bodily sense of I, you have a sense of I, you say, I am. What is the meaning of that I am? That I says you are the body. Are you really the body is the question. The ego is masquerading. It is putting up a veil. It is misrepresenting you. Whereas you are Brahman, it says, no, you are the body. I am Brahman, but my I thought says, my ego says, hey, you are Sentivel man. Bhagavan says, I am this body, mind and all else. What is that all else? We have known one tiny fraction in existence, which is this body. And Sri Bhagavan says, your body and all else. What is that all else? We need to find out, right? Otherwise, no, we will not get sleep. Hey, I thought I was only this body. Now, Bhagavan says, you are the whole existence. You are the three gods. Praised in the scriptures of Hindu philosophy. You are Lord Shiva, you are Brahma, you are Vishnu, Sri Bhagavan says, Shastra says. So we need to find out our true nature. Let us do Vicharam.